Hi everybody, welcome to the second episode of the Nameless Magic Show. Today, I know I said I was going to be doing a deck tech on my Angel of Glory's Rise Fright deck, just didn't get around to getting my deck back. So, I was thinking about what I wanted to do, and I was going to do a top 5 most underrated cards of the Avacyn Restored block. Or, not block, set, excuse me. And I kind of got pulling cards out. And the list was, like, I think there were 15 cards, and I just said, like I had 3 of each color. I'm just like, this isn't going to work. So, I noticed another card as I was looking through these for underrated cards, and it's this guy, the, Deadeye Navigator. And he's a 2 blue, 4 colorless, he's a 5/5. If you soulbound him with something, him and his card he soulbound with have flicker. And I got thinking, there is so much stuff you can do with this. I wanted to make a video about the cards that you could use that with, and that would be pretty interesting to combo with it. So that's what this video is me today on, is comboing Deadeye Navigator cards with cards. I'm going to give some examples. I'm sure there's a bunch. I think I have 6 here. So let's get this going right away. First one is the Acidic Slime, 5 mana. When it comes into play, you destroy an artifact, enchantment, or land. So you flicker it in and out, you take care of their swords, pods, and then you start just picking off their lands. And then as you're doing that, you sit there and you attack with your 5/5 Deadeye Navigator, just dealing with stuff. That one I think is a really straightforward power, and then with it being in the green colors, you can have some ramp to get it up to that combo, maybe by turn 3 or 4, you can start that. Otherwise, most of these combos won't happen till turn 6, because Deadeye Navigator is a 6-drop. And the only exception to that with these cards that I'm going to show is I'm showing the Inferno Titan, but in reality it's all of the Titans, because of their powers. You flicker it 2 or 3 times, deal 9 damage. You can get 6 lands, 6 zombie tokens, tap 6 of their creatures, or find 2 or 3 3/3 converted mana cost things and put them onto the battlefield. So overall, I think that's really powerful, without a doubt, but it's very mana intensive. You're looking at 6 for the Navigator, 6 for the Titan, and then 2 for each time you flicker. So you have to ask yourself, like with the Inferno Titan, is it really worth 2 mana doing 3 damage? And I don't think the answer is yes with that one. But is getting 2 lands worth 2 mana in the case of like a Primeval Titan? Definitely. Then you're getting 2 rampant growths for the price of 1. And that's kind of the same with, it's pure card advantage with the Sun Titan. You're trading 2 mana for a 3 mana card. I'm trying to think. My god, zombies. Get 2 zombies for the price of 1. So everything pretty much but the one I picked to show is a good example of this. The next card is the one I'm least sure on whether or not it works. It is the Dungeon Geist. It is a 3/3 flyer that when it comes into play, you tap their creatures. They don't untap during your untap step or during your opponent's untap step, as long as you control Dungeon Geist. Now, I'm not sure, because it just states Dungeon Geist. So I'm not sure if you flicker out the Dungeon Geist a bunch and you tap all their stuff up, if because each time you flicker it, if it's considered a new Dungeon Geist. I know if it goes in the graveyard and comes back, it's not the same. So that one I'm not quite sure on. If you guys could let me know in the comments, that'd be awesome, because I don't want to look like a fool. And because if that's really the case, 2 mana to tap out creatures and tap them permanently, it's really good, and it's pretty amazing. The combat for that would be disgusting, because you just tap all their stuff out and just hit them with a 5/5. Dang it, my nose itches. I have an issue with that whenever I do these videos. The next one is the Restoration Angel. This card is awesome in the combat sense, because when you're doing combat, you flicker out Restoration Angel, the Restoration Angel, and then you causes you to be able to flicker other stuff. So normally you could do this with just the Deadeye Navigator, but what you would have to do is you'd have to flicker out the Deadeye Navigator to put it back into play, soul bond it with something else, whatever you want to take out, then flicker that out. So you're looking at a 4 mana investment, but with the Restoration Angel, it is only 2 mana, and that also is the fact that if you're playing a soul bond deck of any kind, you can also, it doesn't matter if it's already soul bond, because the Restoration Angel will break the soul bond, which is something that the Deadeye Navigator can't do. I think that's it. Oh, and then also, having the Restoration Angel is a 3/4 flyer, that's a pretty good body for a 4 mana creature, and it has flash, and there's a lot of stuff you can do with that one. The next one is probably my favorite. It is the Geist Honored Monk. It's 5 mana for an XX, where X is the number of creatures you control. It has Vigilance. The reason why this is so good, though, is because every time it comes into play, you put 2 Flying Spirits into play. So you play it, and then every time you flicker, you'll get an extra 2 spirits. An extra 2 spirits. So it's like getting 2 mana, you're playing for a +2/+2, and then you get 2 1/1 spirits. So by the time it's all said and done, assuming turn 7 comes around, you flicker this guy out a bunch, flicker her out a bunch, then you'll have, I did the math here, you'll have a 5/5 Deadeye Navigator, 8 1/1 spirits with flying, and then a 9/9 Geist Honored Monk, assuming that's all you have on the battlefield, which equals a grand total of 24 damage. So that's pretty good. Just saying. And finally, probably another really neat one that I think is completely overlooked is the Zealous Conscript, another deck rare, and she's a 3/3 haste, and she gains control of whenever you play her, you're essentially active treasoning your opponent for a creature. So you flicker her out a bunch. You gain control of all of you gain control of at least their hard-hitting, their big creatures. And then you attack with them all, because Zealous Conscript has haste. And then all the creatures that you stole also have haste. So that probably should get you the win, assuming everything goes right. I don't really see, unless you're playing a token deck or something, in which case that doesn't work quite as well. Actually, in the case of a token deck, that's terrible. But really, that was it for this video. Deadeye Navigator, is a card that's relatively cheap too. It's only 75 cents, and it's also a deck rare in a deck with Wolfear Silverheart, who's $9.90 or like $8.99 running right now. So you're paying. The deck pretty much pays for itself between those two. So, I'm trying to think what else. I know there are a lot more cards that work with this card, obviously. Borderland Rangers. There's the one elf or human that when it comes into play, you put +1/+1 counter on something. These are just the ones I picked because they were they were available for me to just at my fingertips. So, if you have any other cards that you think would work really well, comment. If you like my video, those are nice. Subscribe. Always available. It's pretty much always available to talk Magic. I enjoy it. So, I hope to do my deck tech next week, and I hope you'll be there. Bye.